all my scripts suck. What do I do? Is something I have said to myself thousands of times, and it is what hundreds of other people have said to me thousands of times and asked me for advice. And today I'm going to share with you the 4-step checklist that you can use to make sure your script never sucks again. I promise you that. So let me guess, you've tried every single script in the world, but they all suck, and none of it is your fault? Well, I agree. And this is probably you, but like I said, good news, I agree, because every script does suck. And I mean that. They all do suck. And I know you might be mad at me, but there's something that I know that you don't. And it's a secret. Okay? And it's a 4-step checklist that I and hundreds of other agency owners use to make our scripts less sucky. But you're lucky, because today I'm going to share it with you so you never have to suffer again like I and many of us have. So, this is you, and rightfully so, because I'm about to change your life forever. But calm down, buddy. Let's get moving. Okay, so the first thing, before I share the checklist with you, this is super important. I want to share a few key things that actually will make your script a tremendously amount better today, right now. So what we need to know is that scripts has to play to our clients or your prospects' wants, needs, and ego. So if your clients have a big ego, play to that. If your clients have big wants, you need to know what those wants and needs are so you can play to that and add that in your script. Second thing is we need to use the lingo that a prospect used. If you're in the UK, using mate, for example, would be fine, right? Because that's something they say there, and you're using their lingo. If you talk to lawyers, perhaps being professional. If you talk to, trades workers, perhaps using an F-bomb here or there, right? Use the lingo your prospects use. Third thing is be short and sweet. No one likes to read a whole fucking book in their DMs, so keep it short and sweet and straight to the point. Fourth thing is explain the benefit of what we do, not the features. So if you run Facebook ads, do not say you run Facebook ads. Say you help people automate their whole client acquisition system so they can spend time on their ass while making money. Something like that. Who knows? The fifth thing is be honest, transparent, and authentic. If you lie in your script, people will figure that out easily, and you will get no replies. The last thing is have some energy and confidence. I see a lot of people that have scripts or send video messages that are super lame and boring. Like, fuck off. Have some energy. Okay, like me. Come on, you gotta be hyped. Alrighty? So, let's move on to the actual checklist. But before we do, look at this. I'm showing you it works. Almost texted me literally yesterday. Stefan is the GOAT. Landed 3 appointments off the back of asking my prospects for feedback, which is step 3 of the 4-step checklist. And this is amazing what I'm talking about. Let's fucking go. So, here it is, the 4 steps. Step number 1 is acquisition action. Step number 2 is tracking data. Step number 3 is getting feedback. And step number 4 is analyzing, interpreting, and adjusting the data to make changes. So let's dive into what all of these means and how you can apply them today to make sure your scripts never suck again. So, acquisition action. You might be asking me, what the fuck is that, Stefan? And fair enough. It's a random name I made up. Okay? But it is simply the thing that gets you your lead/clients. So for most of you, that's probably cold DMs, cold calling, cold email, maybe cold knocking, whatever the case is. It is the action, or maybe it's even running paid ads, the action that you do that gets you your lead/clients. Okay? So we need to do this, and we need to do it with volume. The more we do, the quicker we get the data, the quicker we make the changes, the quicker our script gets better. Okay? So right here, the more we do, the quicker we will see results. Simple as that. And here's my analogy for you. If you did 1 push-up every single day for the next 365 days, you would get a little bit better push-ups, but not tremendously better because you only did 1 a day. Versus if you did 100 push-ups every single day for the next 365 days, you will see a tremendous amount more success than you would if you only did 1 push-up because you did so much more volume. Okay? So do more because we learn the lessons we need to learn quicker and we can adjust it faster to make better scripts quicker and get more results quicker. Okay? Speed. Do speed. Okay? Everyone loves speed. Right? So one thing to make this like a quantifiable data for you, you need to do at least 500 actions for the data to matter. So if you're sending cold DMs, you need to send at least 500 DMs before the data actually becomes useful. Okay? Keep that in mind. Now, tracking data. You need to track all the data from acquisition. Okay, and I'm about to give you guys a demo of the tracker that I literally use, okay, that I'll share with you guys to track all the data. So, here's how it works. Here's the tracker that you should use if you're doing cold DMs, cold emails, all that stuff will work with this tracker. New prospects contacted. Every single new prospect that you contact for the day, you're going to put in here in this little box. Number 2 is responses. Simple as that. You're going to write how many responses you got. And then it's going to automatically calculate your response percent. And we want this to be, as you can see, over 30. Now, leads. Okay, you're going to type in how many leads you got, and lead is just quantified as how many people responded positively to your pitch. So if they said, can you send me more info, or tell me more, I'm interested, or I'm curious, or basically anything other than no when you pitch is considered a lead. And then the contact to lead percent, we want to be over 5%, which simply means that for every 100 people we contact, we want at least 5 of them to respond positively to our pitch. Then discovery calls, and by discovery calls I mean leads called. So let's even change this. I can't change it, whatever. Leads called. Okay, and then discovery called answered. So that's the amount of answers we got when calling the leads. Answer percent will be automatically calculated. Now demo calls. If from the discovery call, our goal is to actually book in a demo call to show what we do, right? And so here's you're going to put in how many demo calls you booked, and then it's going to be your discovery call conversion rate, which is how many calls you made versus how many demo calls you booked. Okay, and then it's going to be calls scheduled today, and then calls taken today. By calls taken today, I mean how many sales calls or demo calls did you actually take today. So you could have booked 2 today, but taken 0 because you booked 2 today for tomorrow, right? So that would be 0 calls today, or vice versa. You could have booked 0 calls today, but taken 2 calls today because you booked them yesterday, for example. Okay, and then demo call show rate, how many people show up. Units doesn't matter, closing percent does. Okay, that is simple. That is how you want to track your data, and I promise you, you need to be doing this. So if you want access to this tracker, join my Discord, link down below, and I will give you guys this tracker for free in there. So join there and you can get access to all this. But anyways, back to this. That is step number 2, is you need to track the data. Use that tracker to do that. Okay, step number 3 is feedback. You need to be asking for feedback from everybody. From your leads, from your clients, from people that no-show, from people that don't answer you. I don't care who you're going to ask for feedback from, every single person that you reach out to. Okay, and the reason why is because 30 out of everybody that will reply to when you ask for feedback, 33% of them will just restart the convo and you can get back into what you were talking about. The other third of people will just say their real objection on why they actually didn't want to do the thing or why they didn't answer you. And the other third will just say they just forgot. Okay, and this is of people that answer you, so obviously the people that don't answer won't give you any feedback, right? And my analogy for this is, how will you ever get better at anything if we never learn or ask for feedback? Right? Like, the reason why there's coaches for things is they can give us feedback so we can get better. Right? So your coach will be the people that you reach out to. Simple as that. So if you're asking right now, how do I ask for feedback? Blah, 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 blah. Literally as simple as this. When somebody doesn't reply, or somebody ghosts you, or somebody says no, or somebody, I don't know, even says yes, right? Literally ask them, hey name, noticed you left my offer on red. Was just curious if you could give me some feedback so I can improve for the future. As simple as that. Or, hey name, noticed you didn't answer. Was just wondering if you can give me some feedback so I could improve my messages for the future. Simple as that. Or, hey name, noticed you answered me. Was just wondering what made you want to answer. Okay? Feedback. It's so important. Ask for feedback. None of you guys do this, and I guarantee you it's game changer, as literally Almas showed here. I told him about this, and literally a day later, he landed 3 deployments from just asking for feedback. Okay? So, the last and final step that you need to be doing, so make sure your scripts never, ever, ever suck again, is analyzing, interpreting, and adjusting the data that we have received. So, to sum this up, we look at all the data, okay, which is in the tracking sheet, and then we look at all the feedback we got, okay, and we interpret it. We look at, okay, where are we lacking? Are we not sending enough volume? Are we not getting enough replies? Are we not getting enough leads? Are we not booking enough calls? Are people not showing up to calls? You can literally see statistically exactly where things are going wrong when you track the data. And then couple that with the feedback you get, you can be like, oh, no one's showing up to calls. And whenever I ask people why they don't show up to calls, it's because they didn't know what the call was for. Okay, now I know what to fix. Or perhaps, let's say you're like, damn, nobody responds positively to my pitch. And everybody that I asked about my pitch said that they couldn't hear it, or it was too long, or they already had something like that. Okay, now I know what I need to change. See how we're getting somewhere now? And now we're actually taking actionable steps on the things we're doing to become better? See how we're getting somewhere, right? So we look at the data, which is the tracking sheet. We interpret it to see where we're going wrong. And then we adjust it based on our lowest key metric, which is the metric that's performing the worst, which is the theory of constraints, and based off the feedback we get. Okay? And so we adjust our step number 1, which is your acquisition action, right? The thing that gets you clients and leads. So we change that to be more efficient, right? And then based on these changes, we can be more efficient, like I just said. So that is it. Okay, I'm going to explain a little bit more just for some of you guys. It might be a bit confused on how this really works. So imagine this. Let's go back to the sheet. Okay, let's go back to the sheet to give you guys a quick little example on what you can actually do here. Let's say you're back at the sheet here. And let's say you contacted 100 prospects. You had 40 replies. Your response rate is 40%. That is awesome. Perfect. So we know we don't have an issue there. And let's say you get 10 leads, okay, and your contact to lead percent is now 10. Perfect. Okay, that's great. We want 5%, over 5%, we got 10%, that's great. Let's say we made 10 discovery calls, okay, and let's just say 6 answered, okay, 60%, that's good, as long as we have like at least a 50% answer rate, even 30% is fine. Demo calls booked, okay, and then discovery call, right? Let's say, for example, just, you know, to do an example here for you all, let's say you booked 0 calls. 0. I can adjust this. Let me make a copy so that I can show you guys this. Okay? So let's say, for example, you booked 0 calls. We would then know that our issue is in our discovery call. So all we'd have to do is ask the prospects that we called, hey, just curious why you didn't book a call wanting to get better. And then we can go, oh, it's because I said X, Y, and Z. Okay, if I don't say X, Y, and Z, let's see how it goes. Let's make more calls. Go from there. Now, let's go back. Let's say, for example, you only got 10 responses from 100 messages. Well, then who cares what we do back here because we only got 10 responses? That's the first issue we have. And our response percent is only 10% when it should be over 30. How can we fix that? Well, we ask for feedback from everybody who responded and ask them why. We ask for feedback from everybody who didn't respond and ask them, hey, why didn't you respond? Wanting to get some feedback so I can get better. And most of the time it's because, one, your first message is too long or too offery or too salesy and you don't want to read it. Or 2, your profile sucks. Or 3, your message, you didn't do enough follow-ups. Okay, those are some common issues for response rate. Okay, but let's say, for example, you did have a good response rate. And let's say it's leads. Okay, let's say you got only 2 leads. Well, then we know our problem is usually in our pitch. So what we do is we hit up everybody that we pitched and we say, hey, listen, notice you didn't answer my pitch, or notice you said no to my pitch. Was just wondering if I can get some feedback so I can improve myself for the future. And then we go, oh, it's because I said X, Y, and Z, or it's because they already have this in place. That's my problem. Let's fix that and go forward in the future. Do you see how now your script will never ever suck again if you track the data and ask for feedback? Because now you know exactly what goes wrong, so you know exactly what to fix, so you can keep going forward for the future. So, to finalize this whole thing for you all, right? If your scripts now suck, now you know what to do. And they'll never suck again, at least not for long, okay? Because we need to send at least 500 messages to make this data even quantifiable so we know what to do with it, okay? And now remember, one last tip of advice is don't do shit just to do it, okay? Do it with a purpose. Do it with reason. And do it to learn. Because if we are doing things for no reason, we'll never get anything out of it. We have to do things with intent, with purpose, with passion, with a reason. Otherwise, we'll never get anything out of it. If you read just to read, you'll never learn. If you read to actively learn and take notes and take action on that notes, you will get a lot more out of reading. Okay? So, do things with purpose. My last thing for you all is do the things that matter, make an impact, give value, change lives, and be proud of yourself because you're doing an amazing job. Hope this video found some value for you. If you have any questions, drop them down below. I will reply to every single comment because I love you all. Other than that, go join my Discord if you want that tracking sheet, and catch you in the next one.